Q-tip request from Mick W. White, and it's on the Massey shot. Okay, you pot the blue, you got the whole world to land the cue ball in, so you can pot the pink and win the frame. You managed to leave yourself here. So what you do, you could go cushion first, I suppose, but that's pretty dull. So pot the cue there, then you can get the line up there, just extra leverage. Aim down on the cue ball, swerve around the black, and pot the pink. Q-tip request from Lewis_Moss92, and it's for kind of an exhibition shot. It's a shot I used to enjoy playing actually. Brown into the corner pocket, I'm going to check side the cue ball, 2 cushions. This one, come off kind of a straight line. It'll still have side in it. Somehow it transfers to running side. I don't know how that works, but that's what happens. And I go down for position, hopefully, on the blue. So, extreme left hand side, just above centre. I'm on a straight line, the cue ball should go down that way. Okay, a wee bit too far, but you get the idea. Q-tip request from Red Black Snooker, and it's putting a pink into the middle to hold for a red position for the red in his pocket. Now you've got pink here, it's kind of a half ball pot into the middle. 2 ways you can play it. You could play topspin, take the cue ball off the cushion, and that would leave you the red. Or the other way is just to try and hold the cue ball. So you want to be low, nice and low, and quite a short bridge. Quite a short cue action for this one. Don't want to be too long because then you can decelerate. See, nice short, nice positive strike. Perfect on the red. Q-tip from Josh Armstrong, and it's for the 2 cushion escape, which is taking the cue ball off 2 cushions, trying to flick the reds, kind of like quarter ball, half ball, and bring the cue ball somewhere back up to the ball end. We can't play off 1 cushion really because the blue's in the way. So we need to find a point. When you're watching TV, a lot of pros will miss this 2 or 3 times because they don't want to catch the pack thick. They'd rather miss the pack completely, give away 4 or 8 points, just so when they do play it, they get it absolutely right. So, a little touch of run inside, try and flick that red half ball. Half ball, back up the table. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. We're unfortunate we've left the red to the corner pocket, but played the shot quite well actually. Surprised. Q-tip request from carry.kk.chan, and it's going into the bunch of reds from 2 cushions when you're on the blue. Now, the reason we're not going to go directly into the pack here is because sometimes it's good pointers actually. When you want to split the pack, always have a look at the reds, and we see there. If we went into the pink, there's 3 reds that must be going pretty close to that corner pocket. So you've got to be aware about that. You've got to look at the pack before you play this shot. So we can't do the direct split. We've got to follow through, top spin right hand side of 2 cushions to try and open the bunch from behind. Watch the side, into the bunch, nice little red at the corner, clear up and win the frame. So always look at the bunch of reds to see if there's any plants that might go in if you split from the blue. Q-tip request today from Paul Arnott is on a positional shot from green to brown. We've got too much angle, I'm clearing the colours here, too much angle in the green to just drop it in dead weight for the brown to there. So we want to bring the cue ball back this area to play the brown into the same pocket. We're not going to play plain ball because that will take the cue ball over here, too far from the brown, and then you'll have a pressure pot to try and clear up. So we want to be as close to the brown as possible. Then we'll look at check side, and this is the left hand side. Aim a little bit thicker on the green, so allow for the push. You see the check side, just holding the cue ball, bring the cue ball in a straight line. We're nice and close to the brown, nice easy clearance to win the frame. Q-tip request from Gaz Owen 69, it's a recovery blue when you've lost position on the pink and black. Now, we're going to take this blue into the corner pocket because we can carry in the break. There's a red available. I mean, some players play safe, leave the cue on the ball cushion when take this on, but we've got to keep the break going. So, important shot to be able to play well. That's why all the professionals practice this a lot. So we're just going to pot the blue and try and stun the cue ball. See, we've potted the blue. We haven't played the dump shot to play safe. We're going to carry on. Perfect on the red. Going to win the frame. Q-tip request from Harry Ogle 1 is for a long straight pot. one of the shots in snooker where if you're very good at this shot, you can create so many opportunities, especially in the professional game. Because look at this, this is a practice routine I used to do. You've got the line up, but you've got to pot this shot before you can get started. It's the same in a frame. Someone leaves you this red, the black's in the open, you've got a chance to make a big break. So it's an important shot to be able to get right. Tip to the cue ball in the middle. A few waggles, keep your head still. Pause. Straight red, keep it down. And yeah, carry on, try and make a big break. Q-tip request today from your kid's dad, and it's about the pink to black with the reverse side. Now, the reason you play this pink and clear it up, I'm going to give you two examples, is if you play a plain ball, okay, you play the pink, but look at the black you're leaving yourself. Under pressure, you don't want to leave yourself that black. So what we're going to do, we're going to play this with a touch of right hand side. So to come off the cushion and try and get as close to the black as possible. See the side, down towards the black. That's a lot easier frame ball. Future request for a long pot from Irfan_Bear. We've got a long pot here. I mean, most professionals would fancy potting this 8 times out of 10. It's a shot of practice. But as you see, there's 5 reds in a little bunch. We pot this red, we've got a great chance to win the frame. Long pots are basically just got to get your potting point before you get down, really. Because if you get down and start searching with a cue, you're going to miss the pot. So make sure you've got that potting point, then get down and commit to the shot. Don't be thinking about safety, don't be thinking about what you'll leave. Who cares? You're just going to pot the ball. Don't even think about missing. Q-tip request today from Alez Hack, and it's pouring the ball colour and trying to split the reds. This example, we're going to use the green. So we're potting the green, and we're going to take the cue ball off the cushion, just sort of, I don't know, about a foot before the middle pocket. It's going to have run inside, in this instance right hand side, so the pace of the cushion with the side will hopefully take it into the reds, open the reds up a bit and give us a chance to clear up and win the frame. So it's not extreme low in the cue ball, just above the bottom. So you're putting the right hand side in it. Into the pack. How's our luck? It's not too bad. We've got a red along the cushion. Nice angle to stun up for the black. That'll do. Today's Q-tip request is from C.Unzi82, and it's about a dead weight pot, straight pot, but when the cue ball is tight on the cushion. Now this is probably the most difficult shots in snooker when you're tight on the cushion, because you've got no cue ball to sort of manoeuvre. Very little cue ball to aim at. So the secret is, I think, if you're beginners, possibly aim down on the cue ball a little bit, so you've got more area to aim at with the tip of the cue, and then keep a nice loose grip, and then it's all about keeping your head still. Yellow in the middle, effort in the green, clear up and win the frame. Q-tip request from Lewis_Moss92, and it's for kind of an exhibition shot, a way of getting on the blue. Obviously the frame's already won because you wouldn't play this shot this way normally. But it's brown into the corner pocket, cue ball off the cushion with check side. That's left hand side, which will bring the cue ball kind of in a straight line, and it gets to this cushion, and then a check side is still on the cue ball, but will make it go this direction, down for the blue. Don't ask me how it works, it's too scientific. So, loads of left hand side, in the middle of the cue ball. Comes back in a straight line, it's not going to be hard enough. Go down there! Q-tip request today from LeoMax13, and it's on blind pots. So what does a blind pot mean? Basically it means that if you're going to try and put the black in the corner, you just get down like this. You see the pocket is not in my line of sight. So a good idea is to come round, use a cue if you want, and try and get that straight line, that potting point for the black to the middle of the pocket. Don't take your eyes off that. You're still not looking at the pocket. You've got a potting point, so it's very easy to just pot the black. Blind pot. Q-tip request today from Swaran Singh, and it's on the stun run through. Now here's an instance here where you need to use the stun run through because Just knocking this yellow in dead weight, all things can happen. The table can roll off, you might get a kick, you might decelerate, playing the little soft shot. So much better to play a positive strike in the cue ball. Now stun run through, we're going to hit the cue ball near the middle of it. It'll pot the yellow positively. Hopefully, after a little bit of stun, the cue ball will go forward a few inches for a perfect position on the green. And get the stun run through, pot the yellow, green, brown, blue, pink, black, clear up winning frame. Cuetip request from Ali_C about when you're wrong side in the blue and you want to play the side in between the bulk colours to come down the table for a choice of reds. Now, this is both these reds pop to this pocket, so we're going to go in between yellow and brown with left hand side. So when the cue ball hits this cushion, it's going to go here, and there'll still be left hand side on it to carry on down this area to give us a choice of two reds. Because we play left hand side, slightly thicker aiming point in the blue, because the cue ball will push to the right. Side, side, down the table, nicely on this red here. We can play for pink or black, going to clear up and win the frame. Cuetips request from Andrew Marshall, and it's about the positional shot from brown to blue when clearing the colours. So I'm going to show you two ways, that's why I've got reds here. First way, we're just going to stun down directly for the blue, not using a cushion. That's a stun. Nice shot, but I think the easier way is using a cushion, because I think we've got more margin for error. So just a stun off the cushion. You're always going to get guaranteed almost every time a nice angle in the blue. Two ways to play it, I prefer the second way. Get a request from Sean W_1996, and it's for the shot that the players play when it's a respotted black. Basically, you put the black on this side cushion and the cue ball on this side cushion. It used to be the time where players would try and put the black up and down the spots and leave the cue ball down that end, but now this is the go-to shot for the players. So basically, you're going to hit the black about half ball on the right-hand side as we look at it going down the table. Just a bit of a trace right-hand side. A bit of a drag. Half ball black, black on one cushion, cue ball on the other. Now the only downside to that shot is sometimes you can leave a double for your opponent, but basically you're guaranteed getting that safe 99 times out of 100. Cuetip request today from Boy in Black, and it's a positional shot. You clear up the colour so it's getting from green to put the brown in the same pocket. Now sometimes the angle in the green dictates you have to play that shot. On alternative, you could follow through the cue ball with the cushion for the brown to that pocket, but this is a shot that's been requested, so you've got to make sure you've got a real positive action, because if you decelerate, the cue ball is just going to go into the brown, cannon into the brown. You want enough power to get the cue ball back here, but not too much to leave the cue ball near the cushion. So we'll load the cue ball. Yeah, nice positive delivery. Make sure you get the action on the cue ball. Perfect on the brown. Win the frame from there. Cuetip request from Ashuman Loyalka, who's heard me saying commentary about this being one of the toughest shots in snooker, and it is in terms of safety shots. The reason being, we've only got this red on the black cushion to get back up to bulk, but we're hitting across it, so it's so easy to catch this thick, leave the cue ball down that end of the table, the cue ball can go in the jaws of that pocket. So we really need to make sure we get good aiming on this, because we want a quarter ball contact on the ball. Play out a touch of run inside, so aiming half ball, and hopefully the cue ball will swing out and then swing in again. And you go quarter ball contact on the red. Tell you what, it's one of the best safety shots I've ever played. Cuetip request from Tahachi Hab for the double kiss safety shot. Now the only time you really see this shot played is an example like this. We're in a black ball game. The black is in the middle of the cushion, tight on the cushion, so it's really dangerous to try and play either side of the black, because you can push the black over a corner pocket and leave it on. So what we do is we play the cue ball just full in the face in the black. Go quite low in the cue ball, so hopefully we'll leave the black somewhere near the cushion and bring the cue ball back to bulk. not too hard. Now you see the black stayed somewhere near the cushion. We've brought the cue ball all the way back down the table, and it's pretty safe. Q-tip request from CQF215, and it's potting when the object ball is tight in the cushion. Now the simple way of looking at these shots is if you hit the red and the cushion at the same time, it's going to go in. So the harder you hit it, it's going to make the pot a little bit more difficult. I mean, if you dropped it in dead weight, you'd probably never miss it, but you wouldn't have position on the black. So we're going to try and put a little bit of stun on this. Nice one on the cushion. You see the red hugs the cushion the whole way down. Nice on the black to go and make a frame with a break.